Greetings, everyone. Nickie Brown here. No matter where you are and no matter what part of the world you're in, I hope that you are having a good day. So, I did have a topic to discuss. A lot of times we feel like somebody did something to us, right? But the reality is, most people aren't doing anything to you. Most people are doing what makes sense to them. They're doing what they want to do. They're doing what they like to do. And it may affect you, whether that be in a relationship with someone cheating on you, or spending money that should be, used for something that's a necessity. It could be a relative who, whatever the situation is. Or it could be a friend. So again, in their mind, they're not doing anything to you. They're doing something that benefits them or something that they want to do. And although it may affect us, it still may not, it could be intentional. Like let's just say if it's cheating and you ask this person not to cheat on you and they do it again, then you may feel like they're doing something to you, but again, they're not doing anything to you. And you always have the option to do what you think is best for you, which, although we may not want to, but sometimes the best option is to just walk away. And a lot of times people say, oh, well, we have kids, we have property, we have, things together that we've built, but if marriage is a partnership or a business, that's not a good business partner, because it creates a lack of trust. It feels like deception, again, because it feels like this person is intentionally doing something to you, when in fact they are just doing something to benefit themselves, and they're not really thinking about you in that way. They're just satisfying themselves in that moment. And a lot of times, like I said, if it's cheating, they're hoping you don't find out. So that's kind of how that goes. Again, they're not intentionally doing anything to you. They're doing what they want to do to benefit themselves. And we take it personal. And I do my best not to take things personal. However, I do what is best for me. If you have somebody who, say, is verbally, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically abusive, because although we have normalized a lot of things, we normalize name calling, we normalize yelling, we normalize, touching, inappropriate touching, I would say. And I'm not talking about sexual, I'm talking about inappropriate, physical abuse. Especially when people are married. Like, sometimes people normalize it in their minds, and they excuse and justify it, and they don't tell the right people that this is going on, and they just kind of deal with it. But if you're not in that mindset to just deal with it, you then move accordingly. So basically, you don't just sit back and let somebody do something that bothers you. It's up to you to make that move. It's not up to them. They're doing what they feel benefits them. They're doing what they want to do for themselves. And you should do the same. You don't have to sit and deal with it. And asking, oh, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Because they wanted to. And again, if it's, depending on the situation, they're just hoping you didn't find out. That's it. But they may not intentionally be trying to be malicious. They're not thinking about how you would feel in that moment. They're thinking about how they feel in that moment. And I know that's kind of challenging to wrap your brain around, because again, we want to place blame, and we want to say, this person did this to me. But what are you doing for you in that situation? You either, you can get counseling. Again, if you have a spouse and you feel like you don't want to leave that person, get counseling, so that maybe it doesn't bother you as much. Because it's one of two things. You either accept the person for who they are, the way that they are, or you don't deal with it at all. You have options. And if you're going to deal with it, it doesn't make sense to keep questioning the person about it, bringing it up year after year after year. Like, forgiveness is supposed to be you forgive and you move on, and you don't harass this person. You don't make this person feel guilty. You don't seek revenge, because a lot of people secretly seek revenge. And some people don't know, but some people know that that's what's going on. So that just makes them become more spiteful. It doesn't solve the two wrongs, don't make it right. Even if you feel like it makes you feel better, because at the end of the day, you don't really feel better because you're still doing it. You're still feeling some kind of way. If you felt better, if it really made you feel better, you wouldn't feel any kind of way about it. But if you still have to bring it up, if it's still bothering you, then again, this may be a time where you need to seek help from a professional, a psychotherapist, a life coach, or somebody that can help you focus on goals. That's what a life coach, they can help you with some things, but they're going to help you shift your focus to something that benefits you, like that person is doing. Instead of saying, woe is me, why did this person do this to me? I'm having a pity party all by myself, and nobody else wants to come to the party except the people who are also in that same, pity party boat. And that's not really a fun party. You get on the phone and you're complaining to each other, and you're saying the same thing over and over again. Ray cheated on me, right? And I can't believe he did it again. Oh, let me tell you what happened this time. Like, you should be tired of talking about it. Because it just creates more of the same. It just continues to make you feel some kind of way. A lot of times, it's mainly women. And a lot of times when men get cheated on, they leave. Not all of them, but a good majority of them, they're more likely to leave the first time. And he could have cheated on you 10 times. And if you do it that one time and he finds out, he'll probably be out of there. Not without a second thought. And you're like, how could he do this to me after I took him back so-and-so? But that's your problem. That's your fault. You took him back. Nobody told you to. You decided to do that. But then I know that some people's parents encourage them. Oh, well, that's your husband. You're supposed to stay till death do us part. I get it. I know for some families it's sinful or shameful for you to get a divorce. I get it. It's also, adultery is also a sin too, though. So, again, people have to decide what is best for them. And again, most people aren't doing anything to you. They're just doing what benefits them. And so again, you have to do the same. And so again, if you're somebody who has been cheated on and you decide to stay, probably need to seek help. You need to find a hobby and shift your focus so that you're not thinking about this person, what they're doing, looking through their phone to see what the messages say, tracking their phone, tracking their car, following them around, going to sit in front of the person's house until they come outside. And I did that. So I'm speaking from experience. That's miserable. Because again, people are doing what they want to do, and you have to let them. And once they do it, you have to walk away and just let them be who they are. Let them do what they want to do. And, you know, cry or go through whatever emotions you need to go through and move on. You know, shift your focus. Again, get a hobby. Start a business. Do something besides sit there and think about it and focus on it. That's my advice anyway. You can do what you want to do. You can continue to have your pretty party. You can continue to be miserable. Because again, whether it's a relative who, you know, that abusive parent who always cussing you out and you don't like it. Like some people normalize, again, people normalize things that should not be happening. Because if you're an adult and you have a relationship with your parent, that relationship should be y'all going out to have lunch. You being able to get advice from this person. You, you know, hanging out, maybe watching a movie together. It shouldn't be, you know, them still treating you like a child and talking to you disrespectfully or talking down to you, you know, as if you're inferior. We have to deal with that enough in the world with, you know, with landlords or mortgage companies or, you know, leaders at work, you know, government officials, whatever the case may be. We have to deal with that enough in the world. So when you're around your relatives or your friends, that's not something that you should have to deal with or you should want to deal with. It's especially not something that you would want to deal with a spouse who you live with, who you should trust, who you should have comfort in and with. And I realize a lot of people don't see it that way. Right? A lot of people say, oh, that's unrealistic. But it's not unrealistic because I see it in other relationships. It may not be something that you want to do, though. So just say that. I don't want to do that. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It doesn't mean that it's not working for other people, because it's working for people. It's just not something that you're wanting to do, and you're not willing to make that sacrifice. And that's fine. Right? So, I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I know I haven't done a video in a while, but life has been lifing, right? I've been pretty busy. And working 2 jobs. So, it's, you know, life can be very demanding, and so it is what it is, you know. I'm working both jobs and still making products for people, right? Lipstick, sea moss, lip gloss, and hair products. So it is what it is. I've been very busy. But sometimes busy is good. When you're focused on, you know, things that you need to focus on, life becomes better, because again, you don't have some of the things that don't serve a good purpose in your life, or the life of those you're here to help, because we're here to help one another, and we can't help one another if we're distracted by the misery or the pain or the hurt or the guilt or the shame. You know, change your thoughts. If you change your thoughts, you'll change your life, right? I've been saying that for years, and I even found a bag that says that, right? If you change the way you think, the things around you will change. And all it takes is for you to make the decision to do so. A lot of times people make it seem like it's so complicated. It's really not, though. It's really not. It's really pretty simple, but we make it harder than it has to be. And I only tell you these things because I love y'all, right? So I have this pillow in front of me because I am wearing pajamas and I didn't feel like getting dressed, but I wanted to get this message out. So again, as always, I love y'all. I thank you for watching. I hope that what I say can benefit you. I know that people like to, get arguments and say, yeah. That's your prerogative. You have a right to do so. And, I have empathy for you. And willfully things can get better for you. As always, love y'all. Later. Mwah.